Bot Chasers here, and this time I wanted to go back and take a look at some of the original Transformers toys, in particular the Headmasters series. The reason I wanted to do this is because here in 2016 we've got the Titans Returns figures coming out, and many of them are modeled after the original Headmasters figures. So let's get right into our look. First off, we're going to start with Headmaster Hardhead. And here he is. Here you can see he's a Cybertronian tank. A nice green color on him, green and black with some brown here on his gun, as well as some parts of his body here. But a really cool design. I love this design with this canopy right here. This is one that I picked up off of a Facebook Transformers chat and trade or sell group page. Actually, he cost me about $60 US. I did have to go in and get some Repro labels for him. I actually got those off of, not Repro labels, but TF Kingdom, and they turned out pretty good here. You can see the labels lined up very well. They look essentially brand new, and I was very happy with the way these turned out. So altogether, it cost me about $65 for this figure. And the reason I wanted to tell you the price on that is if you're looking on eBay or other areas, usually this figure runs about the $80 mark. So that's probably because of the eBay fees that are associated with selling on that site. So many of the sellers actually have to mark up things. But if you go on Facebook, find some of the Transformers fan groups, you can get one of these for a little bit cheaper. Around the $60 mark is how much I found him. So let's take a look at this figure now. Hardhead is a soldier. He's one of the 4 original 1987 Headmaster Autobot toys, along with Chrome Dome, Highbrow, and Brainstorm. But I really love the design of Hardhead. I think he is one of the most attractive of all of the original Autobot Headmasters. He just looks fantastic to me. You can see the detailing that is on him too, with those treads looking very good. There's even some little artistry done here in the center of his wheels. Lots of really nice detail on this figure that makes him stand out as one of the coolest Transformers toys in my collection, at least. So here he is in his tank mode. Now if we open up the canopy here, just get that gun to come off. Inside we've got Duros, and now that's his Headmaster here in the USA. In the Japanese Transformers cartoon, this is actually Hardhead, and this is in his robot form or his little vehicle that he controls. But this is Duros in the US, and he fits in here nicely. You can get him to sit there, and we'll close his canopy. Closes very nicely. We'll get his other rifle right there on the side. So let's take a look at Hardhead with some of his other Autobot companions. For example, we've got Brainstorm right here. We'll see how he lines up with these other figures. Let me grab some of the other ones here. All right, we'll bring in Highbrow. And last but certainly not least, Chrome Dome. So we'll get him in here too, all in their vehicle form. So these are all the original Headmaster toys in their alt mode. You can see that I've got to get some new labels here for Chrome Dome. But Hardhead lines up very well. He's a fantastic figure. And what I love about these is they're all different from each other. They're all unique in some way or another, but all sporting that cool Headmaster feature. And just for comparison too, we always like to compare to the original Optimus Prime, G1 Optimus, so you can see how Hardhead lines up against him. So, you know, if you think about it, the canopy, the sizing there with Optimus's cab looks like a pretty good scale for this figure. So I really like that. Now let's get Hardhead transformed into his robot mode, and we'll show you how that works. It's a pretty simple transformation. I'm going to take off these rifles. This cannon here we can leave on, and I'll take out Duros out of the cab. All right, so the first thing we want to do is start to fold him You can see how he's opening right up. What I'm doing here is I'm just folding him like this, folding him up. Let me adjust the camera here. Okay, I just folded him up, and this is a cool part of the transformation. For his legs, they actually swivel out and then down, and they lock into place. So out and down. We lock into place there. For his feet, they're cleverly hidden here in his treads, but what you want to do is press right here on the bottom, and that's going to loosen his feet. They can now rotate down. There we go. Now we'll get his hands out. I'll just fold out of the bottom of his front treads here. There we go. And we'll fold back his cannon. Make sure his canopy is snapped into place. There's a little place to snap it right there on the back. And we'll stand him up, and we're almost complete with Hardhead here. Let's get him centered a little bit better there in the camera. One thing that we do need to do is get Duros transformed. And just like any of the other G1 first round of Headmasters, all he does is fold his legs straight up. And actually I've already got this little piece folded around, but normally it would be like this when he's in his robot mode. But there's his head mode. You can see some really cool detailing here on his head. I love that look. So he's a very cool addition to the Headmasters here. And we'll snap this right on the top. There we go. And there is our G1 Hardhead. Now, one other thing that we do want to look at here is the statistics here, the stats on his chest. We'll open that up, and you'll notice that he's got his strength as his most prominent feature here. His speed is very slow, which is understandable for a tank, and his intelligence is actually below 5, below average. You can see as I put the Headmaster on him, he does shoot up in those specs. Now, if we try one of the other Headmasters, for example, let's try Brainstorm's Headmaster. We'll put that on him. Now we've got different specs. So it's cool the way that the line shows different specs according to the different Headmasters. And you can see that the reason that is because of how these tabs here are formed on the Headmaster. So each one has their own individual specs here. So we'll put his head back on him, and we'll watch the specs go back up, and we can close the canopy. Now, last but not least, let's get him outfitted with his rifles. These hands are molded with a square hole that leads into a round hole in the bottom, so you can hold those pretty well. And notice the detailing here on the fists. Very cool for a G1 toy. I really love this figure. Let's put his other cannon here on him, and there we go. And let's take a look at some of the articulation. Now with a G1 figure, there's pretty much nothing. So his legs don't move at all. No bending at the knees. We do have full 360-degree arm articulation and some articulation with the hand there. His head does not move. That's about it. But he is just fantastic to look at. I simply love this toy. In fact, let's take a look at Hardhead with some of his Autobot companions here. Okay, so there we have it, the 1987 Autobot Headmasters lineup. They look fantastic. You can see that Hardhead here is the tallest, the most domineering, if you will, of all the figures, but they look fantastic together. I just love the look of all of these figures. I think they're spectacular. They're all different colors. The colors all complement each other, basically. They all look great, and you can see that Hardhead and Chrome Dome are the largest of the four, and they're all actually larger than G1 Optimus Prime. So these Headmasters are a fantastic addition to your collection. They look great, they play great, they're super durable, they've lasted all these years, and they're not too bad to pick up if they're really part of the collection that you need to have. So thank you very much for watching, and check out some of our other Headmasters reviews that we're going to be posting here pretty soon on our YouTube channel at Bot Chasers. Thanks again for watching.
ター戦えヘッドマスターこの痛み裏の苦しみそれが誰かを幸せにするのさトランスフォーマートランスフォーマーヘッドマスター